Now we are discussing basics of the data communication. You have heard analog communication and digital communication. There you discussed many analog communication techniques and digital communication techniques. Here in data communication, we don't bother about the generation of the data, how the data is being generated by the transmitter, and we don't even bother how the data is being decoded by the receiver. We only concentrate on the transferring of the data. So definition of the data communication is nothing but exchange of the data between the two devices, means source and receiver or sender and receiver. So the exchange of the information between the two devices is called as data communication. In the data communication, we concentrate on how this data is being transferred and how we are maintaining this data between the sender and the receiver. Effectiveness of the data communication depends upon the delivery of the data. Whatever the data the sender is sending, it should reach the receiver. And the accuracy, whatever the data we are sending, that data without any distortion, it should reach the receiver. That is the accuracy. The data we are sending, the data should be as it is, it should be sent to the receiver side. And sometimes whenever we are sending the audio data or video data, in that time the synchronism should be there between that video and audio. Otherwise the user may feel there is a difference between the audio he is hearing and the video he is observing. There the time delay is very important, and without a delay we have to send the data. So the effectiveness of the data communication depends upon these 3 points. What are the elements in the data communication? Main element is the message. Whatever the message we are sending, that is the main in data communication. What is that? That message can be either text, or it can be audio, or it can be video, or it can be an image. Anything can be message. So here in data communication, that message we will transfer. That message itself, it is a digital format. So we will, from the sender to the receiver, when it is going, we are trying to check how it is being transferred, and we are trying to maintain that data. Next, sender anyway, in the elements of the data communication, one sender should be there to send the data, and one receiver should be there to receive the data, and a medium is important, how you are sending the data, whether you are sending in the twisted pair cable or coaxial cable, or you are sending in the fiber optic cable, or you are sending in the wireless communication. These things are also important to us, medium. And protocol. Protocol is nothing but it is a set of rules. It is an agreement between the sender and receiver how the data should be sent. Without the protocol, remaining 4 elements if we have, data communication will happen. Means some data will be sent from the sender to the receiver, but a receiver cannot understand the data. It is like a person is speaking to another person. One person is speaking in the French language and another person is speaking in the Japanese language. There the communication is happening, there is no doubt. Whatever the one person is speaking, another person is receiving that. Communication is happening, but there is no meaningful information that is being received by the receiver. So in order to receive the meaningful information from the sender, we require a protocol. These protocols we will study in the coming topics. These will be decided by the ISO protocols we will call. So the definition of the data communication is exchange of the information between two devices. Exchange of the information between the sender and receiver. Exchange of the information between the two computers. Exchange of the information between the two mobiles. Exchange of information between any two devices is called as data communication.